Patagonia is a region of South America surrounded by the white-tipped mountain ranges, majestic glaciers, and wonderful wide landscapes. Hey there! If you're new here, welcome to our channel. We provide vacation travel guides for some of the most adventurous regions around the world. In this video, we'll provide our vacation recommendations for any travelers looking to visit the region of Patagonia. Before we begin, please hit those like and subscribe buttons below to help our channel grow. Patagonia is a region encompassing the vast southernmost tip of South America, shared by Argentina and Chile with the Andes Mountains as its dividing line. Patagonia is famous around the world because of its breathtaking landscapes, vast forests, natural reserves, national parks, glaciers, and native wildlife. The region is surrounded by the two largest and most beautiful oceans in the world, the Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. Patagonia is populated nearly 2 million people, and the region is stretched over more than 400,000 square miles. Originally a remote backpacking destination, the region has attracted increasing numbers of upmarket visitors, cruise passengers rounding Cape Horn or visiting Antarctica, adventure seekers, and holiday leisure travelers. One of the best gateways to Patagonia, El Calafate is definitely worth a visit. Not only can you easily get into the city with its international airport, but you can start exploring all that Patagonia has to offer as soon as you land, since El Calafate is home to Perito Moreno Glacier and Los Glaciares National Park. The name of the city is derived from a little bush with yellow flowers and dark blue berries that is very common in Patagonia. It's small, vibrant, filled with tasty treats, and of course, there's a huge range of things to see and do. For example, nature lovers can look forward to spotting flamingos, which are regularly visible from El Calafate, congregating in the waters of Lago Argentino. One of the best and most popular things to do in El Calafate is to visit the Perito Moreno Glacier Boardwalk. The Perito Moreno Glacier is a glacier located in Los Glaciares National Park in southwest Santa Cruz province. Perito Moreno is one of the most famous glaciers in the world, providing an amazing opportunity for glacier trekking. Walking on one of Argentina's biggest tourist attractions is truly sensational. You can book hiking Perito Moreno Glacier tours and even go inside the ice caves, depending on the time of the year. Of course, going glacier trekking in El Calafate requires special equipment. But if you sign up with a tour, all of the needed equipment will be included. Not to mention, they'll help teach you the required safety information needed to enjoy and stay safe throughout this bucket list adventure. The rupture of this glacier is considered one of the most impressive natural spectacles in the world. While the Perito Moreno Glacier might be the most famous of Argentinian Patagonia's glaciers, the Viedma Glacier holds the title of largest, and it's also located in Los Glaciares National Park. Viedma is a valley glacier, and it flows directly from the southern Patagonian ice field to the lake. Visitors to Patagonia can organize expeditions that will allow them to delve deep into the icy crevices of the glacier. If you really want to get the most out of your trip to the Viedma Glacier, then you should consider doing an ice trekking tour across its surface. Tours usually last around 2 hours and include a drink filled with ice from the glacier. The crowds at the Viedma Glacier are much smaller than those at the Perito Moreno Glacier. This means you can have a much more tranquil and intimate experience. Keep in mind that the Viedma Ice Trekking Tour is difficult, so don't attempt this without previous trekking experience or at least a lot of confidence. Ice trekking is certainly not for everyone, and if you want to see the glacier in a more relaxed manner, then a boat tour is definitely a better option. From El Calafate, you will drive to the harbor on the edge of Lake Viedma and board one of the boats. Once everyone is on board, the boat will embark on its journey across the beautiful Lake Viedma. The boat trip in itself is spectacular as the vessel weaves through mini icebergs, then sits in the water as you approach the glacier. The views of the Vidma Glacier from the boat are incredibly impressive, and the tour usually lasts just under 3 hours. Among the impressive ice fields of Patagonia, you'll find Glacier Gray, a massive piece of ice located in the Torre del Paine National Park. Although reaching this one-of-a-kind glacier is a challenge, it is considered by many travelers to Patagonia to be a top highlight of their trip. Glacier Gray is 28 kilometers long and it starts on the west side of the Patagonian Andes Mountains and ends at the shores of Gray Lake. In the Torre del Paine National Park, there are two classic routes, the Full Circuit and the W Trek, which have access to the glacier and the lake. If you enjoy challenging hikes, either option is an amazing experience that will have rewards on every step of the way. For those who are looking for a less demanding challenge, there's a boat excursion which takes you along the southern shore of Lake Gray until you reach the glacier. Although Glacier Gray is one of the smallest individual glaciers in southern Patagonia, its dazzling color resembling a precious stone is easily seen from space. Being able to admire, explore, and discover this one-of-a-kind glacier at the remote ends of the Earth might seem like a challenge. However, it is definitely worth it for an unforgettable adventure. El Chalten is a village within Los Glaciares National Park in Argentina's Santa Cruz province. It has been officially recognized as the national capital of trekking in Argentina, due to the extraordinary combination of elements that create the perfect setting for mountain sports. A pristine and protected natural environment, numerous trekking circuits with varying grades of difficulty, and dozens of climbing routes of every high technical requirements. In this almost uninhabited latitude of the planet, wildlife finds in its valleys and mountains a virgin paradise. Among the quaint landscapes of colossal white-tipped mountains and the sapphire-colored lagunas, you'll spot many magnificent critters that can only exist in these ideal conditions, including the endangered Huemul deer. The Chalten is located at the end of the valley of the De las Vueltas River, which can be experienced until its source in the Lago del Desierto. You'll go through one of the most beautiful scenic routes in Patagonia, crossing the native forest with so many panoramic views of the mountains and glaciers that you will want to stop at every occasion. Most of the trails are free of charge and you do not need any previous experience in the mountains. In the most demanding treks, you can hire a guide for your peace of mind and to help you discover the most of every place. Mount Fitzroy is one of the most appreciated peaks by the mountaineers worldwide. Although not only experienced climbers can visit here, there are also paths for easy trekking that would take only 2 to 3 hours. The Carretera Austral, which means Southern Highway, refers to the 1,240-kilometer road that runs through the northern stretch of Chilean Patagonia. Also known as Route 7 or the Southern Route, it spans a territory that is divided from Argentina in the east by the Andes Mountains and bookended in the west with the narrow channels and fjords of the Pacific Ocean. What makes it so captivating a destination to visit is the fact that the Carretera Austral remains the only road connecting Puerto Montt and the deep remote regions of northern Patagonia. This region is among the least inhabited in Chile, with fewer than 1 person per square kilometer living here. The Carretera Austral is also part of the brand new Ruta de los Parques, an initiative stretching 2,735 kilometers from Puerto Montt to the very tip of Patagonia at Cape Horn that aims to connect 17 Chilean national parks. More than 1,200 kilometers of natural beauty awaits you on this scenic route in Patagonia, with pristine landscapes and an air that only the lucky ones who know this route can breathe. This road allows you to appreciate Chilean Patagonia in all its splendor, crossing virgin islands and forgotten coasts. On the Carretera Austral, get to know a piece of paradise, marveling at impressive fjords and glaciers, snowdrifts, multicolored lakes and rivers, surrounded by sprawling, picturesque forests. The Valdez Peninsula is a unique land formation and global conservation site, home to an abundance of marine life as well as countless weird and wonderful land mammals and birds. There's some fascinating story to be discovered here too, as you explore its steep sandstone cliffs and salt flats. Valdez has a stunning coastline filled with long shingle beaches that appear to go on forever, dramatic sandy cliffs that drop perilously into the ocean, and crystal clear waters for wildlife watching. Peninsula Valdez was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1999 as an important breeding ground for endangered animals such as the southern right whale, southern sea lions, and southern elephant seals. Bird watchers can cross up to 181 different species off their list, including flamingos, burrowing owls, and rheas. This is the only place in the world where orcas beach themselves to hunt sea lion pups. You can spot whales right from the shoreline, but to get up close, it's best to take a trip out by boat or kayak, both of which are easy to do around the peninsula. You can even step the adventure up a notch and go whale watching by plane or submarine. Tierra del Fuego, Spanish for Land of Fire, is an archipelago across the Strait of Magellan from mainland Patagonia. The name came about when the famous Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan discovered the place occupied with bonfires lit by the local Ona Indians. Tierra del Fuego offers visitors access to a beautiful national park, epic mountain scenery, diverse wildlife, a truly fascinating history, and an array of outdoor activities from hiking and skiing to boat trips and dog sledding. Beautifully located with a backdrop of distinctive jagged mountains, it is the base for visiting the tremendous Beagle Channel, rich in marine wildlife, and the wild, forested peaks of the Cordillera Darwin. Right at the end of the Carretera Austral in the middle of Patagonia is Villa O'Higgins, one of the most remote towns in Chile. Surrounded by mountains on one side and a vast lake on the other, the town's isolation has made its residents warm, welcoming, and friendly to all those who arrive here. You can spend days taking advantage of the beautiful, untouched scenery. Base yourself here for day hikes, boat trips, and even overflights of the southern ice field. Hiking up to one of the many viewpoints is the best way to get a sense of the vastness of the landscape. Surrounded by lakes and rivers, there's opportunities for beginners and advanced kayakers to explore the area by drifting down its waterways. We recommend taking an overflight of the ice cap. You'll fly right above the seemingly endless stretch of glistening white ice and will circle the highest peaks of Los Glaciers National Park. We guarantee the experience will leave you completely speechless. The marble caves of Chile are one of the most fantastic tourist destinations on Earth. Over 6,200 years, the huge marble deposits on the edge of the General Carrera Lake have been worn away by the water, creating caves, tunnels, and huge columns of pure marble. If you're in the area, it's certainly worth stopping off for a few hours to explore them, or even spending a day taking a boat out to the more hidden caves and islands. Drift between pure marble columns, through smooth arches that have been carved out over thousands of years. The water beneath is an almost luminescent turquoise, and the light reflects across the soft pinks, blues, and greens that run through the marble. The wonderful nature that provides scenic sights to its tourists. You can pass by the marble caves while driving throughout the Carretera Austral. Puerto Williams, sometimes considered the southernmost city in the world, is located on Isla Navarino facing the Beagle Channel and is the gateway to the famous Dientes de Navarino Trek. The town includes several small supermarkets, a handful of restaurants, a bakery, bar, and a museum. You can explore the Cerro de la Bandera, the highest point on the island, or walk to the Yucca village, a small hamlet where the last descendants of the Yamana Indians live. There's a secluded all-inclusive lodge called the Lakutaya. That's a perfect base if you'd prefer to explore from comfort. The town's Martin Gusind Anthropological Museum hosts artifacts, maps, and photographs related to the 10,000-year history of the Yagan people, as well as the European settlers since the 19th century. Meanwhile, the Dientes de Navarino trek provides a wild and challenging camping experience. Hike through lonely beech forests over a series of snow-covered mountain passes and to the summit of Mount Bettinelli for superb views of the Beagle Channel and Cape Horn Archipelago. The Futaleufú Valley is mesmerizing with its ranging rapids, lush green forest, granite walls, and jagged peaks. They're fascinating places to stay, from 5-star luxury lodges to farm homestays. Or you can test your nerves and take on a 5-day rafting trip with a base camp on the shores of the river. The Futaleufú River houses some of the best rafting in the world, known for the incredible turquoise color and clarity of the water and the stunning mountain scenery. The valleys and mountains of the Futaleufú Valley beg you to hike up into them. Located just outside of town is the Reserva Nacional Futaleufú, and it hosts 2 main trails, which are reasonably short, so both can easily be completed in a day. Depending on where you are staying, there are other hiking options to hidden lakes, waterfalls, hidden valleys, and stunning untouched forests and peaks. We recommend factoring in a day or 2 of hiking into your itinerary. Patagonia is a vast region spanning 2 countries, over 1,000 miles north to south, and covering over 1 million square kilometers. Patagonia is the perfect destination for hiking, trekking, and ice climbing. Immerse yourself in Patagonia's azure glaciers, towering peaks, and beckoning wilderness. We recommend visiting for at least 7 to 10 days, so you have time to explore the region, visit famous glaciers, and enjoy hiking through the beautiful national parks. The best season to visit Patagonia is during spring and summer, which is between September to March, when the days are longer and warmer, and there's less rainfall than other times of the year. You should make your spring and summer travel arrangements far in advance, since visitors flock to Patagonia for the optimal hiking conditions. Bringing extra warm clothes on your trip is important to combat Patagonia's heavy winds. That sums up our travel guide for your adventure in the region of Patagonia. If you enjoyed the video and you want to watch more videos like this, show your support by hitting those like and subscribe buttons below. Also, feel free to leave a comment if you have any recommendations for future videos. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and stay tuned for more soon.